Hey peeps, hey Sagies, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6, episode 18, reunion part 1. So I need to know, Sage, what were you thinking about this part? And do you feel that it is necessary that we have 4 parts?
Girl, no, no, and no. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like whoever thought about that need a whooping. I know that that's not right. These days, that's called, this and that and the other, and that ain't right. You ain't supposed to whoop nobody. But whoever said Real Housewives of Potomac needed to be 4 parts, they need a whooping. No, it did not need 4 parts.
They are using us for ratings and money because this could have been wrapped up in 2 parts.
This is an abusive relationship.
Yes, they are harassing us. Okay, so the crazy thing for me was the episode starts out with Ashley letting us know that Michael calls her Darby's Barbie. I said, oh my God, there's something about that I just did not like. I didn't appreciate that, as if she is some sort of trophy, some sort of reward, or,
I should have made that face.
I mean, seriously, I was not okay with that. I was not okay with that. But as far as the girls' looks, I liked Ashley's hair the best. And I gave it to Robin because she was most improved. I mean, last season, I don't know what was happening with Robin. I really don't. So Robin and Ashley for me, even though I did absolutely like Wendy's dress. What about you?
Okay. The Darby Barbie made me. I used to play with Barbies when I was younger. I had the furniture and everything, and I didn't appreciate that. I'm gonna say I did not appreciate that as a Barbie fan, and my mom made sure I had black Barbies. So because just anyway, I didn't appreciate that connection. Barbie wasn't nothing like Ashley. Moving on to the fashions, the only one I liked was Mia's. I liked Mia's. It was just a little bit too long. It needed to be a little shorter. I don't like trains.
It was pretty.
But I liked that one. And the one I'll give for not necessarily most improved, but most inspiration, creativeness would be the newbie. What's her name? Ascala. Yeah.
Yeah, she most did look beautiful. I forgot about that. Yes,
Ascala. Now that's not my I didn't like that. Was very structural.
Yes.
As if it was like someone.
She's fashion forward. I've been watching too much Project Runway.
And it needs to go
left.
Leave me alone. It went forward and needs to go a little left because it was like as if you would structure a building, but your clothes shouldn't remind me of a building unless you're doing Project Runway.
I got you. I thought that it was interesting that Andy brought up Giselle and her fashions, and she said that she's still using the same stylist. And it was Wendy's, how dreadful for me. I mean, it really was. She said, how dreadful. I mean, she refuses to let this stylist go. And I was thinking the way she gets ripped up and down, she just gets tore up every season, that maybe it would be a good idea to get you a new stylist.
First, she probably got him on discount. I'm going to say that. She probably has him on discount, maybe a personal friend. But what I want to know, since he's going to ask her, because he asked her last season about her fashions, what I want to know, what I would like for her to do is get a statement from the fashion person who dresses her. And say, because be prepared for next time, because Andy going to ask you about your dreadful fashions and say he got something to say, or she got something to say, and then hit play on your phone.
That's she says that she likes her stylist and she likes her fashion. She said they are perfectly fit for her body type. And I said, that is not the truth. And the way that Mia and Karen and Candace looked at her, I said, oh, Lord, girl, they are looking at you with the puppy dog eyes like, no, ma'am. It's not cute. It's not cute.
I feel like the stylist deserves an opportunity to defend themselves. Because she's saying that the stylist is I got the same stylist. I got a stylist. It's the stylist. That stylist deserved to be able to say, look, I got other clients that look like this.
Well,
And
she never mentions the stylist's name, and the stylist is probably grateful. Like, don't even say who I am because I'm getting clowned. I'll get clowned online. I mean, personally, myself, I thought that, right after they got off of Giselle's neck, because I hated that outfit that she's wearing, by the way. But after they got off Giselle, all of a sudden they were all about Mia's vagina. And I thought, why do you care if she got a
girl,
clitorectomy or a vaginal rejuvenation? This is this woman's business.
girl,
And then Wendy came in talking about, she said that they like missionaries. So how's he beating it up so bad? And then Ashley came in talking about, did you have C-sections? Well, why does your vagina need to be rejuvenated? Why is this your business? This woman is allowed to rejuvenate her vagina and everything else that she wants to rejuvenate. She didn't ask you to chip in. She did not ask you to pick out the plastic surgeon or pay for it. Leave this woman and her vagina the hell alone. I was
alone.
pissed.
Me too. Me too. I wrote it in bold. And the thing about it is, it's not even, first of all, I don't understand it. Because, see, I had to break it down for myself to try to understand why they are kind of pseudo attacking her vagina. I tried to make it make sense. When we know they're not even going to see her vagina, there's nothing about her vagina that has any business to do with them or their vagina. So, or Andy and his penis, because Andy's the one, he'll start it, and then watch them go, which is
Right.
exactly what he did. And here's the thing, the connection that I feel like they were trying to do, but failed. If you need your vagina rejuvenated or something like that, and I don't even feel comfortable saying it that much, but if you need that rejuvenated, then you must be like a whore. I
That's
think
what they were trying to say. They were trying to equate that to the strip club, saying that, at first she did try to at the beginning, she did try to downplay it and say that it was this
her
real
vagina
fancy
or the
strip club and that she only wore dresses. But later in the season, she admitted that she did take those dresses off. And they kept laying heavy on the fact that she used to be a stripper. And, listen, there are a lot of people out here who are doing big things who used to be strippers. I mean, come on now. Nene Leakes was a stripper. Erica was a stripper down at Shakers. Yep. I mean, come on with it. Cardi B used to be a stripper. There's a girl on the BMF, which I love that show on Stars, Cash Doll or something like that. She used to be a stripper. Now she is an actress on a top-rated show on Stars. People start out in certain places and then they learn, they grow, they move forward. Get off of the fact that this woman used to be a stripper. Who cares? Let it go. They were trying to say that maybe she was doing a little more than stripping down there. Maybe they had a little champagne room
that
she
made
was,
me so
doing a little sex. And that's not appropriate. I mean, they were just doing a lot. Why do you care about this woman's business? She is not knocking down your husband. So stop it.
Exactly. I agree 100,000%. It made me so upset. It really disturbed me.
Yeah. I mean, they talked about Mia's mom a little, and she said that her mom is praying for Candace and that things are going better for her and her mom, that her mom was actually at the house watching her kids. And Candace said, your mom could keep those prayers. She returns those prayers from her mom.
She said, I don't want
them. I said, Candace, stop that. Cut the crap. These ladies are just so petty. So petty.
Yes, that made me laugh out loud. Literally, when she said, my mom is praying for you, or my mom said she'll pray for Candace. I come up from a family that says that, and I'm gonna admit, sometimes I wonder, are they being sincere when they say that, or is this are they being sarcastic? And I'm gonna be honest, when Mia said, my mom said that she's gonna pray for Candace, the way she said it, I was kind of wondering, is this a sarcastic, I'm gonna pray for her, or is she literally gonna do it?
Either way, I think she should. I mean, Candace is acting a fool. She really was. I mean, that's just who she is. Right after she says that, then all of a sudden there's a fan question and the rest of the girls want to know about Mia getting pulled up out the strip club by Gordon and all this stuff. And it was so funny because she says that she met Gordon while stripping, but then later she says that Gordon used to own a bunch of McDonald's franchises and he sold those franchises and then bought into a franchise of Massage Envy that she used to have. And I said, so you owned a Massage Envy and was still at the strip club, and then Gordon bought into your Massage Envy? It was a little weird. I mean, I guess I need the dates and everything, but the way she told the story, it was as if she was doing really well. She owned a few Massage Envy franchises, and then Gordon invested and became her partner. And now she's got all these other chiropractic franchises, and that Gordon doesn't have anything to do with those, just the 3 that he invested in, which I'm not really sure I believe that. What did you think?
It sounded, it sounds a little, first of all, that was new to me, that she owned some places already and he just invested in them, while, it sounded to me a little Erica Jane reminiscent about this. He just invested in this, but now he don't invest in nothing. Like, she made that very clear. Like, no, he ain't invested in nothing now, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if I believed it, because it was all new and it's weird to come out now when you've been hounded this whole entire season about how you guys met and this and that. These ladies, as treacherous as they are, they've been saying the same mess this entire season. Absolutely. And now you decide to like clear it up. That was weird, awkward, and on the
it just doesn't seem legit. Plus, there was a lot of stuff on the blog stating that those franchises that she owns are not just it's not just her and Gordon. It's been reported that allegedly there's a lot of other people that are a part of this. So they're not the sole proprietors of these businesses. And she made it seem as if these just belong to her and Gordon. It was a little weird to me. I don't understand it. I guess it's not really any of my business what she owns, how she owns it, how she got it. The point is that she's married to this man, and whether he helped her start a business or not, that's her husband. And when she married him, that became their money. That's their situation. And it was his business and his right to include her in his business or to invest in her business. We are together. We are one. And that includes your bank accounts. I'm just saying, get off this woman's neck about her husband's contributing to her life. When you get married to somebody, she has rights and he has rights as well. I'm just saying, I'm just a mess.
I agree.
But they moved on to Giselle, and Giselle talking about this commentator that I said she was absolutely lying about.
Here, where's the man?
I'm gonna let Andy ask questions.
Where's the man?
No, it's very casual.
Have you seen that same man again?
No, that man is gone.
Wendy has got to know this person that you were hanging out with. If he's a commentator.
He's gone.
I actually do.
You do? Uh-huh. You know who it was?
Ooh. I know a commentator who said that he dated her, but I don't know if that's the same person.
Oh, he doesn't know her.
Van?
Jones, yes.
Van Jones is a fine man.
She's not his type.
She's not his type?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He likes women of integrity.
Ooh.
Okay. So as we just saw, it was Wendy for me when she said that Van Jones would not date Giselle because she is not his type. He likes women with integrity. I laughed so hard I almost spit out the drink. I said, oh my God. Giselle's face looked baroque. Everybody was shocked. I'm sorry. I agree. I don't think Van would date her, and I don't think there was another commentator either.
Okay,
Giselle is lying.
I was just getting ready to ask you, because I heard all of that. I saw all of it. And when Wendy said what she said about he wouldn't date you because he wants somebody with integrity, I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. You started already. Okay.
Wendy came in hot.
But my question was, because Giselle made it seem like she's not, because Giselle said the commentator that she's dating does not know Wendy. So isn't that a possibility? Like, I'm like, what does your...
And she said he was in his 30s. I don't think Van Jones is in his 30s.
So Wendy's saying... So I'm trying to figure out how Wendy, knowing a commentator fit in there. Maybe they went too fast.
Well, she said that she doesn't know if she knew the commentator Giselle was referring to, but she had heard that Van had gone out with Giselle and that they were not dating because she's not a woman of integrity. So
no, I heard that part.
I don't think that this other 34-year-old commentator even exists. I really don't. I think she made that up because she is single all the time, and I don't trust it. No. But what I laughed about the most was Andy going so hard on Giselle's house.
As the house, is it cohesive? Because it looked like a few different houses.
It did. It was a mess.
Okay. Have you seen it, Robin?
Yes. So
is it all one motif?
Well, no.
Don't lie, Robin.
No. But the entryway is like bringing it all together.
Okay.
With the siding.
Okay.
Okay.
That don't sound right.
The purple walls?
Not there. And it didn't match my new floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what it did match.
Andy went so hard when he talked about her walls not matching anything and how her house looks like it was 5 different houses matched together. I said,
it was true. It was true. It was true.
Oh God, it was terrible. Her place looks ridiculous, and Robin kept on jumping in, trying to say, "It's getting better. It's improving. It's looking better." Robin, stop. Okay, ma'am.
Didn't he ask Karen, was it still Ronald McDonald's?
Yes.
And what did she say?
Oh, she said the drive-in. She hasn't been there since. I said,
and she said that she had that vaccine, so she don't know.
Karen
that was a safe answer.
Karen is a mess. You know what really was terrible for me was Giselle trying to answer those questions about Jamal and the breakup timeline. When she tried to say that they broke up in January or February, and Wendy jumped in. Wendy is not here for anybody. She jumped in and said, now that's not true. That timeline does not match because Jamal came out with that interview saying that he was single in December. And when they pulled up the receipts, and then when Andy came back and he said, yeah, it sounded like to me he was saying he was single. And Giselle tried to say he was only saying that because he's not married, but that they still were dating. I said, girl, you have got to stop lying. You are supposed to be a former first lady at a church, and you lying your pants off.
But he did say that though. Hold on. Let's rewind just a little bit. First of all, I think that Andy was so going in on that because I think he feels like he was made a fool of by even believing it for a little bit, and then Monique came out and was like, boom, boom, receipts, like she was letting out ones at a strip club. Okay, right. So I think he wanted to sort of redeem himself in sort of a way. I think it was more about him than it was about Giselle. Now, what's his name? Jamal did say, like that time where he had that binder reading, his own binder that was upside down. I don't know if anybody.
Oh yes, my gosh.
Well,
I saw it upside down. I said, this dude pretending to be reading this binder.
Wait a minute, though. In that time, he did say something about, I am single because I'm not married. He made that statement. And that stuck out to me because I heard somebody that I was dating say that before. And I was like, we're broken up now. Like,
absolutely. You're not single if you are not. If you are in a supposed committed relationship, that's not single. That's in a relationship. And that's all you have to say. But he didn't say that because I think that Jamal, in my opinion, is one of those slippery players who, as long as he can say I'm single, he can continue to dibble and dabble everywhere he wants to be. And that does not work.
But he allows the woman to believe that they are in a monogamous relationship so that she doesn't slip and slide on nobody else. Absolutely. But he can do his deeds because that man said, I am single. And what I mean by that is that I am not married. And I was like, oh, because a slime ball said that to me before. And I was like,
The look on Wendy's face, she was looking at Giselle like, girl, you are out here telling these lies. You are out here. She's doing the most. She really was. Her I think she was just trying to clear everything up. She clearly used that as a storyline, and it failed miserably. And, when Andy asked her the question about Jamal cheating on her and taking him back.
I guess the thing that I'm not getting from you that I wonder about is when you let him back in and he cheats on you again.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Which Wendy's obviously excited about.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not.
hilarious.
Speaking facts.
Okay. That had to really hurt. So when you found out, did you cry?
No.
I guess for me, if I was dating someone and they cheated on me and I let them back in, there would be a part of me that would feel like...
She said no, that she didn't cry because she's not the crying type. But if I was married to somebody, we got divorced because he cheated multiple times, and then I decided, well, we've grown, he's grown, things are better, I'm going to take him back, and then find out that he's cheated on me again, I would feel devastated. I would feel like Andy said, I would feel like shit. And there would be tears. As strong as I am, there would be tears. And I think that this is another example of Giselle was lying. They were not back together.
I was going to say,
this was storyline driven, because you would have cried over this.
If it was real. If it was real.
Right.
If it was real. But they say in the beginning, they addressed Candace about her CD out of space.
Deep space.
Cadets. Okay. Deep space. And and then I saw it was $9.99 and nothing, you know what, ain't no shame in I ain't got no CD, so my but $9.99, you just come, okay, well, hey, at least she completed it, and she says it's not low budget. But Anita Baker sent a shout out to her, and it said women supporting women. What my question was, because I love me some Anita Baker.
I do too, and I wish she'd be getting some new music from her soon, since she's finished with her lawsuit against her record label. So I can't wait.
I love Anita Baker. I might be somewhere on the internet singing Anita Baker, but don't Google me, y'all. Okay, now what I wanted, the first thing that popped in my head was, does Anita Baker, has she ever watched the episode of Potomac?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't know. She
said women supporting women, and this woman this season is
maybe she just meant women supporting women in music, because maybe she appreciates Candace's voice. I do have to admit, even though I'm not a fan of Candace, I do appreciate some of her music. I appreciate her music better than Ashley's. I can tell you that. That coffee and cream or whatever, I'm not here for it. I just really am not.
Okay. I watched her on that live morning show. Okay. That was a travesty to my eyeballs.
Oh, stop it.
But you know what? They had a clip of her video, and I was like, but her live, she did it live on a morning show. And I said, girl, don't you ever do this again in your life.
Yeah, I didn't like it. If you put that coffee and sugar or coffee and cream, whatever it is,
I think it was coffee and cream.
Drive back, I'm not feeling it. I'm really not. But same way, I'm not feeling the conversation with Giselle over over Jamal's taxes. Okay, Karen was trying to get it in. Wasn't she? Karen was trying to get her back for
but
all
did you think she had a point?
Karen did have a point, and Giselle should probably consult an attorney. It's all right to ask an attorney. Listen, I was married to this dude who owes all this money allegedly to the IRS. Am I going to owe a penny? Because I'd like to know. I mean, I don't want to be caught, by surprise when the feds come a knocking. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure Karen knew that Giselle was going to shut it down. Like, no, I'm not. And she deserved it.
We'll find out, honey, because Giselle, and that was a prime opportunity for Andy to ask Robin, has she paid off her taxes? But he didn't. So maybe also said they might ask. I'm just saying, I appreciate that when they brought Escala out, because when Escala came out, Andy let her know that the fans think that she is absolutely beautiful. Her fashions are beautiful. And Andy asked her if she could style anybody on the show, who would it be?
Who would you love to style out of the group if you had the chance?
Probably Giselle. Bring her current, like
Bring her current.
Yeah.
Comment?
No.
Boy, you just take a licking and keep on ticking in the style department.
Honey, listen, Giselle's face was tore up. Ascala says she wants her to be current. So do I, because what she was wearing was not current, period. Okay? And Andy said, you just take a licking and keep on taking us. Andy,
you know what? Let me tell you something, because I just said she wasn't born current. And you know what? Let me tell you something. And I shouldn't have said that, because some people do dress. I have friends who dress back at like a certain time frame, but they still look great.
Oh, heck yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with Giselle.
I mean, I have a friend who dresses, more of a 50s style, and she looks current. I mean, she looks so fabulous. It's just amazing. And I don't know if it's just because her shape is so beautiful or what it is, but from head to toe, she is 50s and she looks amazing. I'm just saying, sometimes you can pull it off. There's people that can go to the thrift store and find vintage outfits and put it together and it looks beautiful. But I'm just not one of those people. I have zero fashion sense. Zero fashion sense.
But I have a question about this dressing. At this point, okay, I have to wonder, and I'm posing this question to the Sagies and the peeps. Do you guys think that Giselle is trolling us with her fashions? No,
probably because
serious.
she's talked about. You know what I mean? If you are busy talking about her and her needful or dreadful, as Wendy said, fashions, then at least she's being talked about. You know what they say? There's good publicity is the same as bad publicity, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that with as many people that are on her back, and with her working this ensemble cast and everybody is dressed to the nines most of the time, wouldn't she want to just up her game just a little bit? I don't know. I mean, at least she doesn't have to compete with Dorit.
At the big girl, and I don't even like Dorit, but honey, she don't want none of Dorit with that. But I don't even like Dorit. But in the beginning, I think it was all honestly her. I don't even know if she had a stylist, but.
Well, they all looked very different season
At this
one.
point, I think she's trolling.
Yeah, she probably is. She probably is. Bye, Giselle, honey. Get you a new stylist. Andy asked Candace, what about Chris qualifies him to be a music manager?
Nothing.
He said that
he's
managing her more than the music. And I said, oh, well, that explains it, because he is a chef and he should be somewhere cooking something, keep teaching his classes. I don't know.
Well, I went to culinary school and I've chefed around and things. And I'm going to be honest, I was livid when the beginning of the season, I found out he gave up his restaurant and managed her. I'm like, what chef does that? That is unheard of to me. I mean, you can stop something to go after your passion,
right?
But I know it's not his passion to manage her.
Yeah, I think he did that because of, like she was saying, the pandemic came and they had to shut down and reopen and shut down and reopen. Because I know that is a chef's dream to own their own restaurant, or at least work at a Michelin star restaurant or something. So I'm pretty sure at some point this man is going to get back into his passion. I really hope so, because Andy asked her, was she paying him? And she said she was paying him with love. And Mia said, so people call that a prostitute. And I said, Mia, girl, haven't you had enough of Candace on your back? As Wendy said, you don't want rat-a-tat-tat Candace. Like, let it go.
Nope. Come on.
Even though they were on Mia's back earlier. So I didn't blame her too much, because I thought that was just a little payback from the earlier comment.
Most certainly. Yes, it was. And I'm like, Mia, come through with all of any smart quirk remarks you got to say. You better inject it. You better go ahead and say that.
Did you notice how they did? Andy asked, did the other girls think that Chris was riding Candace's coattails? And Andy said, we know you do, Giselle. I said, oh my gosh, you just threw her right under the bus. But she said it. She said it on the show. So Andy just reiterated. Pretty much all of them pretty much said yes, because nobody actually vocally came out and said, no, we don't think so.
Which is why, let me tell you, let me go back to the Chris and how I was rooting for him as a chef, because even if you do close down your, like, I understand the, you know, the C-19 and all that and the effect that it had, okay? I understand that, although I had heard that he didn't own it, but we're not gonna go there.
I heard that too.
But we're not gonna go there. Okay. So you still can be a private chef, personal chef.
Right.
You know, and then I saw later in the season that he was a teacher for yes. And I was like, yes, come through, because
he was doing his own online teaching.
If that's your online.
Yeah, he was teaching cooking classes online because they were filming throughout the pandemic. So everything was being done online instead of in person. Because you know how sometimes even Chef Gordon Ramsay does teaching classes, you know, those master classes or whatever, they do it online. So I was happy that he was at least doing that. I think that when we've seen him cook stuff on the show, it always looks delicious. And I would much rather him get back into doing that, because that seemed to be his lane and that's what he loved.
Yeah.
You know, Andy did ask her whose name is on the deed to their house. And she said just her and Chris, and that her mom's name is not on the deed. And her mom just likes to imply that she is financially responsible or involved. And I said, well, you know, it's time for Dorothy to take a step back. Dorothy does a lot. And I think that's because she likes being on the show and she really wants to be famous. So she continues to do way too much. And she's coming off as really awkward and just wrong. In my opinion.
I believe this is around the time she got that triangle folded to dab and stab.
Yeah, right after Andy asked her, how did Chris react?
To know how Chris reacted when he saw all the smack Dorothy was talking at the music video shoot.
I need a tissue. It hurt his feelings. But you gotta fold it.
I'll fold it. Here. Oh, this is a good square I made.
Oh my God.
Here,
She's crying, but you would think a real friend would have told her that her mom was the one being messy.
Are you talking? Shut up.
How did Chris react?
He's really hurt.
And I said, Lord have mercy, you got Andy folding the Kleenex.
Here's the thing. I don't understand. Okay. Not that I can relate 100%, but I can understand because I've seen the relationship that type with the mom and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't understand. This is the part that's missing for me, is to go ahead and release your mom from the recording of this show, no matter what. Even if she wants to be on it, because I remember hearing Candace say, you weren't supposed to be in the video, but you just worked your way in the video.
Right.
Like, that's a no. Like, if the answer's no, the answer's no. I love you, Mom. You know, you know, thank you for your support. Mm-hmm. But, you know, cut.
Yeah, I think I would cut her off as far as during filming time, you're not able to visit. I'm sorry, we're busy. And, you know, at some point you have to sit her down and say, even if you don't like him, I'm married to him. He is my husband. And
we ask for
talking
respect.
down to him and disrespecting him is bad. It's not going the way it should. I love him and you are causing havoc in our home. But one comment that she made.
Like, my family is never going to be the same. My in-laws watch this show and I'm like, going to be with my family, and I feel like I don't belong there because my mom insulted my husband.
The first thing that I said to myself was, it should be hard for you to be around your in-laws when they see the way you talk to him. I mean, she disrespects this man to the 10th degree. And if Chris was my son, it would be hard on you to come to my home. You will not disrespect my child like that and just show up here and think that I'm not about to say something, even though I would be wrong because he's her husband, and I don't have the right to just jump in and tell her off.
Wait,
but I would cross that line and tell
you
her
talking about
off,
as Chris's
girl,
mom?
Stop disrespecting my child.
Okay,
like, you
right,
are up here getting upset at your mom for disrespecting him, but it's okay for you to disrespect him on national TV. Tell him to shut the F up. I mean, she told him to shut the F up about 5 times this season.
She said she would F him up.
Yes, and you know what? This is the same girl who got pissed off at Mia for allowing Gordon to tell her to shut the F up. But you tell your husband to shut the F up all the time, and then you threaten to F him up. Like, girl, cut the crap. The best thing about that whole thing is when Mia tried to jump in the conversation, and Wendy told Mia, she said, "Are you talking? Shut up." I said, "Oh,
I didn't like that."
I thought it was hilarious because
I did laugh a little bit,
pissed off at Mia. And I think the reason she's pissed off at Mia is because, Wendy has those candles, and Karen kept bringing up that she has a 3-wick candle, right? So Wendy has come out with a new 5-wick candle. Mia has recently debuted her 9-wick candle. And it is $1,500. It's like 12 by 12 by 12. It's a big one, like that one that Kathy had on the Beverly Hills Housewives. And she said, and it's not low budget. And so I think that is why I think that is why Wendy is going so hard on Mia, because how dare you outshine my new 5-wick with your 9-wick candle? How dare you? I don't know. But Mia Wendy is ticked.
Okay. I saw Wendy was ticked. I didn't exactly understand why. And I'm like, all y'all here to talk mess, so let her talk mess. I didn't understand. Now that makes sense. Now, what I want to say is, I don't know if you probably already talked about it before, but even when Mia and Wendy's premiere of their argument, episode, Mia came out with statement candles like "B, I'm not the one" and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I thought that's what you was gonna say, girl. Until you
honey, it's the new 9-wick.
Now let me say
a picture of it. It's a 9-wick candle. It's $1,500. It's actually over $1,500. And she says in bold print, not low budget. And the thing for me is, I'm low budget as hell because I don't need a $1,500 candle.
No, that's for Kathy. That's for Kathy Hilton
from the Great Value Walmart. No, ma'am, I'm cheap.
Let me say this too about the Kathy Hilton candle. When we saw that on Beverly Hills, a lot of times I'll play something, I'll play it, and then I'm working at the same time and kind of looking up, but I'm listening and all that. When I looked up at Kathy Hilton's candle, and she was gifting it to Kyle. Mm-hmm. When I saw that, and she sniffed it. Guess what? I didn't know it was a candle. And it looked like, to me, a trash can.
It did. It was that big. I Googled it to see how much it cost, too.
I said she was doing too much sniffing trash.
Yes.
To be quirky. And then I watched it. I always watch things a second time over, and I pay full attention. And I said, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't say that out in public." Now I did it. But I thought she was sniffing trash. And I thought
no, girl. I looked that candle up. I looked up that particular
How much is
candle. It was $240.
Oh,
and this candle that Mia is selling is over $1,500.
So it's a joke. That's a joke.
Girl, listen, it's I looked it up on the website, and it sold quite a few.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes. People are buying it, but whoever these people are, they are not low budget. No, ma'am. They can afford a 9-wick. No.
I want to know them.
I am 3-wick. Okay.
They can be my
3-wick from the Walmart's Great Value. They are $5.98.
Okay.
I can't live my life like this. But then Mia doubles down on Candace's video as being $10,000 is low budget. And I said, you know what, Mia, you need to stop, because you came from the strip club to where you are now. And $10,000 is a lot to certain people. I don't have a music video. I don't have Candace's big check from the Real Housewives. But I think that if this girl spent her hard-earned $10,000 and it came out the way she wanted it to come out, stop making fun of her. Stop doing that, because this was what she had and she did the best with what she had. Don't do it. I mean, I don't like the way Candace treats Mia, but I really didn't like the way Mia keeps trying to make fun of this woman's video, calling it low budget. She did the best she could.
I agree with you as far as everything you just said. However, the way because one thing that Mia said, and this seems to have gotten lost because now she's just wanting to do like buzzwords or whatever, but one thing that she said when she said why she asked about Chris, she said, because I showed up, I arrived at the location, got out of the car, no one said a word to me, I didn't know if I was in the right place, I didn't know what was going on, no one came up to me and said a word. And she said, usually a manager will at least greet you and say something and let you know, hey, you know, you're at the right place. Your call time, we'll need you. And, you know, and I understood that. Like, it makes sense to me for someone to at least say, what's your name? You're Mia. Okay, we need you in 20 minutes. All right. Go stand under the shade tree. There's bottles of water over here. And, you know, we'll call you when we need you.
That's is true. But Mia needs to think about this, though. This is not a major label. She knows this girl is independent and she's putting all this stuff together. And, you know, those people that were working for her were probably working for either free or they were working for a very low amount of money. So they're not going to put in all this extra razzle dazzle for Mia. I mean, come on now. When Giselle and the rest of the girls
they had body
showed up,
shots.
yeah, when Giselle and the other girls showed up, just stand over there with them and shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop talking about her low budget.
But to arrive,
video.
I don't know. To arrive, it would be nice.
Did you see the parking lots? You're expecting too much, okay? Giselle said they passed several nice-looking parking lots before they got there. So this is what you're working with.
Not hard. Speaking of, why is she not going as hard on Giselle and all the rest of them that talked about that parking lot? Why
is
she so laser focused on
Giselle called it low budget as well. Maybe that'll be in part 2. I mean, who knows, girl? I mean, I did appreciate that Andy called out Askala because he said, you got all upset with Mia for asking direct questions to Candace's mom, but you came right out and asked Karen if she was an alcoholic. And she came back and says, well, I'm just really a direct person. No, it was wrong both times.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have been asking this woman this. This was your first time meeting her. Exactly. And you came out your mouth asking her if she was an alcoholic. That was rude. And she did say that she should have asked her one-on-one and not in person like that. Maybe you should have asked her after you got a chance to know her, because you don't know her at that point.
Okay, or not at all, because you don't, exactly like you just said, you don't know her. Who are you, girl? Yeah. Ooh, Jesus.
I appreciated that Candace made the comment to Mia that you kept making this comment that if your mom fell off the wagon or relapsed, that it was going to be on me. But Mia did just as much damage to that relationship with her mom as Candace. So they both would need to take a little bit of responsibility. Mia was dragging her mom every chance she got. And I do realize that Mia and her mom have a very, very dramatic, sad past. But now that she is sober, and you say she's been sober for 9 years, you also say that she's in therapy, I think that Mia should get some therapy also, so that she can heal from the pain that she has gone through with her mom, and maybe even separate therapy and then group therapy. Don't just down her every time. Don't bring it up every time, because that has to hurt. It really does. You know, and I just wish the very best for Mia and her mom's relationship.
I agree.
And then there was the whole Candace talking about she was trying to go easy on Mia and she didn't appreciate it. And I said, what?
I was going light on you. And what happened was you were ungrateful. Now, if I want to respond verbally, hello, welcome to the stage, that's what we do.
How do you think, can I ask you a question? How's that working for you? You almost were physically attacked last year.
So that's my fault that I was physically attacked?
Well, you're the common denominator.
False.
Why do I wake up to tweets saying, fire her?
Every week, people say fire her.
No. Saying it in regards to the things that come out of your mouth.
It has less to do with me and more to do with the people who can't keep up with what I say.
But you threw the salad first.
Right. I threw a piece of lettuce.
By chance, after I saw what I saw, Mia clocked you, I'd have been like,
oh.
Andy Cole said, was she supposed to thank you for this? Like,
that's what it sounds like. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. I'm going to tell you what the problem is right now. Social media is the problem, because social media, and they continue to say it, they pump up Candace's head like she's the ultimate, annihilator with her words. And they almost like they're giving her praise on it. And that's not a good thing. Now, I can see that's went to her head, which is why she wanted Mia to thank her.
Right.
And I'm like,
Andy brought it up too, that Mia's pretty deadly on social media as well. And they're going to tackle that next episode. But what I appreciated the most is Andy called her out. He said, how is this working for you? You know, all this verbal abuse and this internet abuse.
He asked her last season.
Giselle said, she said, if Mia would have, popped off on you, I would have been pretty much okay. I'm paraphrasing. And I said, well, why weren't you okay with Monique last season? What is the difference?
She don't like Monique.
Yeah, that's what it was. She didn't like Monique and she was jealous of Monique. But Candace has got to watch her mouth, because even though you are being just verbal, you don't know how this other person was raised. You don't know how this other person is going to react. I can verbally slaughter somebody, but I don't know if that person is going to whop me up. You know what I mean? I don't know if that person is just all of a sudden just going to start windmilling on me. So when you go places, you have to watch how you talk to people. And everybody is always saying, well, she's just defending herself. She's being verbal. That's true. She is saying what she's saying. She is being verbal, but you don't know how other people were raised.
Some people pop
come from a situation that if you want to verbally pop off on me, I'm going to physically pop off on you. You know what I mean? You don't know how people react and what people have gone through. When I was younger, we didn't do a lot of talking. It wasn't a lot of rah, rah, rah. It was, once you started getting smart and do you want to drag me? We dragged you because that's what you asked for. But as a grown up, we should be able to talk and there should be zero violence.
That's because we evolved. That's because we evolved. Not everyone has.
Nope.
And, I too am good with my word. I'm trying to be careful with these words now. I'm good with my words, and the other person who received my words, apparently they weren't, and they, decided to get physical. And at first I didn't understand. I'm like, why would you, try to, of course I didn't just lay there like, but my point is that I've been in a situation before where I just use words.
Right.
Really honestly thinking that they would just use words, and they did not. They went to swing.
You don't know. You do not know.
So I went to swing.
And when the whole thing popped off, the whole thing that popped off with Monique and Candace, when I was doing my reviews, I got a lot of people that said Monique must be paying me because I understood. But I understood both sides.
Yeah.
Do I think that Monique should have been physical with her? No, I don't.
No.
Do I think that Monique should have known better? Absolutely. However, people are where they are. You know what I mean? She popped off because that's all she could take in the moment. But when you are the other person, and if you are in a two-way argument, you've got to be careful because you don't know what your words are going to do to that person and how they are going to react. You can't predict everyone's reaction.
No, you cannot. And this is coming from, I'm like, this is a PSA. This is coming from someone I just used my words. I thought they was going to use their words and they went popping out physically. And so I had to match them. But guess what? I learned from that. Mm-hmm. And I check my mouth now. I'm not as
lethal and vicious. Lethal and vicious with your words.
Exactly. I was gonna say a verbal assassin, but it's still in me. But the thing is, you have to bring it in. You have to examine the situation, and you
just either have to bring it in or be ready to battle. Either way, you know what I mean?
Like,
I don't like conversation. You either have to decide you're going to reel it in or just be on ready, because you never know. You know, and with the Housewives, you always need to sit on ready, because with all franchises, you could either get your ponytail pulled, the table flipped, or a wine glass to the face, or they can, pull on your wig. There's always a little wig shift. You have to be prepared for what you're going to get. You never know.
And the thing about it is, with her, that's disappointing. And I don't know if I can chop this up to Candace's age anymore, because I used to say, oh, she's just young. But the thing about it is, you got to learn from it and improve.
Yeah. And I thought she did. At the beginning of the season, I was so ready. I was so here for her at the beginning, because she was being a stepmom, and I thought, wow, she's really relaxed. She's doing better. But she fooled us. She really did. I want to like Candace. I really do. I want to like Ashley too, but Ashley works my good nerves. She just as mad as Candace, and she tries to hide it. But so far, part 1 was okay. I'm looking forward, I guess, to part 2, but I really am not looking forward to 4 parts. The peeps, the Sagies, please get down in the comments and let us know what you think. From any of you who have sent any cash apps to myself or Sage, or any super chats, thank you so much. We both appreciate it very much. And we thank you just for watching, hitting the thumbs up, and sharing this video with your friends, subscribing to both of our channels. We thank you all so much, because you could have been anywhere else, but you were right here with us. And to the replay gang, welcome, and I hope you enjoyed it. So as we say, until next time, bye.
Bye.